Thanks everybody for coming in. We are the Resident Green Cipher. We have a special guest today. We have Onix The One. In addition to our lovely cast, we have Pay and Mimi, and I am Ladybug. So thanks for joining. Thanks everybody listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And of course, everybody joining on Twitch and YouTube. So thanks for coming in. And then we just kind of want to ask Onyx a few things because, of course, if you have been on any social media, you've seen Onyx. So definitely welcome in. I want to just kind of get started with a simple question. What brought you into wrestling?
Life, it was meant to be. All I can say, the right time, the right moment. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to open
So
up. Oh,
let me
sorry, go
tell you
ahead.
the story. So my dream was to be in NFL. That's why I moved to United States to play football. But it's a long story. It didn't work out. And then I was like, kind of like lost. Like, well, I got kids now, so let me just find a way to pay my bills and survive. But then I always loved Florida. So at the moment I moved to Florida, Carlitos Colon, I don't know if Carlitos Caribbean Cool. You guys know who he is? Yeah. So he was in the gym working out. At the same time I was working out. And then we started talking and he was like, bro, you should get into wrestling. And I was like, I might do it, yeah. I love that. The next thing you know, everything blew up since then. And yeah, just been blessing after blessing since that moment.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna open up to other co-hosts. Y'all could definitely welcome to ask some questions too. Mimi.
Yeah, I have one since you mentioned family. How do you balance, having your family and kids and everything with pursuing your wrestling currently?
So, in order for to be successful, you always got to sacrifice something. So right now I just sacrifice sleep. I sleep like 4 hours almost every day. And then just wake up really early and go to the gym, then go to work, then being a father, when I get out, being a father, then being a husband, then do social media or wrestling, and then go to sleep. So it's a lot. Yeah.
I hear that. Yeah.
I got five, so I have five kids.
Oh wow.
No.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's like wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Props to you for all of that for sure.
Thank you.
That's a lot.
A lot of woos. That's what you can say.
Just breathe. Just
Yeah.
remember to breathe.
Yeah. Um, Faye, did you have one?
I did.
Okay.
On my question is on the days where it's a little harder than most and you get that voice in the back of your head saying that you need to quit, what keeps you going? Like what pushes you forward?
Honestly, it's two things. One, my brother before he died, he told me, Onyx promised me you're gonna be in WWE, and I told him I promise you, And then 1 week later he passed away. And the second one is that promise God put in my head, like everything happened for a reason. And I can see myself and I can even feel it. Like I'm going to be the one in WWE. Like I'm going to be the one main event of everything, the face. Manifested from day one. I even manifested I was gonna talk to Roman Reigns. I did know him. Paul Heyman too. I did know him. Everybody. So I believe when you put the work out there, you manifest and believe into it and believe in yourself. Everything is possible. So, really short question, really short answer for the second question. That question is changing my life. Honestly, it's changed my life. Yeah, because one thing I would say too is we all have a choice to change our life. It's just we get lazy or we get comfortable. And right now, I'm not even comfortable where I'm at right now. Like I tell you guys, I work in constructions. And honestly, being honest, I even lost my job last week because they told me, I work with WWE on the side. And they told me, well, you got to decide wrestling or this. And I was like, you already know. So now I'm just juggling around, doing different type of things to pay my bills until then.
I applaud you for that. That was a setback that you really did come back from and that you didn't even let it deter you or turn, and the fact that you did pick your dreams over that, like that's actually very commending because a lot of people, they usually that's the point of when they come to that middle ground where they don't choose dreams, like they choose the realist, like they're like, no, I should keep the job and just give up. But for you to not do that and continue living your dreams, I absolutely commend you for that, and I'm very happy and proud of you.
Yeah, it takes to do that because I'm not gonna lie to you. As a man, you get scared with bills, this, what I'm gonna do now, but what is this, but what is that? And right now, I do have the option because I work in construction. I operate big cranes. It's a job. They hired me that I work 7 days a week, but it's like 100 or minimum 80 hours a week, and it's no life. I will need to keep up on everything: my wife, my kids, sports, gym, and it's like, do I go secure and get the 7 days a week job to survive and give up, or you just keep hustling and believing in my God, the word He put in my heart and in my mind, the vision, and that's what I select. Follow that vision. I was talking to Paul Heyman, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I was telling him like, man, it's hard. It's hard because keep believing in yourself, even though things go hard, even though I gotta go to work and the same thing. When I talked to him, and he was like, well, that's what we all do. We go through stuff, so just keep going, and you'll be here. I tell him like, appreciate. I told him like, you'll be here next with me. You'll see. I promise you. Manifesting, you'll see. And I telling you, that's what I tell you. I believe in manifesting. Put the word out there, put the energy out there, and the word, the universe, God is gonna bless you. That's what I believe.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, like speaking of that, is there a certain vision, like how you see yourself in WWE, as far as like being a certain character or playing a certain role? Is there anything you have in your head that you would like envision to see yourself as when you get to WWE?
So I'm gonna start with this. Since I was born, since I was a kid, I got this feeling on my chest like I want greatness. I want my life to mean something. I want my life to change people' life and opinion and motivate them for the better, for the best, and teach people don't believe in themselves, no matter what happened to them, no matter how difficult things are going. And my goal in WWE, I even told Paul Heyman too, I want to be better than Rock, the Roman Reigns, the Triple H, than anybody. I want to be able to, when people see me, be like, wow. First thing they think is like, he look like an action figure. I like that guy. I want to have an action figure of him. That's the first thing. And the second one, when they learn about my life, my story, the way I just keep hustling, I didn't listen to no one. I just keep pushing to be like, wow, that's the biggest superstar I ever seen in my life. That's the one. And of course, I want to rule the whole WWE. Just make a whole dream come true, and just make a team, and just rule everything and make a whole big story, bigger than Roman Reigns, bigger than Rock, bigger than Triple H. That's my goal. That's my dream. And I'm telling you, this world, anything is possible. Long as we live and we can breathe, we all have a chance and opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just kind of shift a little bit. I know like sometimes we need like different things to motivate us. I know typically with me, music is my motivation. Is there anything out there as far as like any music or any artist that you listen to that motivate you when you wake up in the morning or before a match or anything at all?
It's gonna sound like weird, but I just talk to myself. That's the number one person. Is there always to motivate you yourself?
Okay.
So I'm gonna be honest. It probably look bad on me, but this is what I do. Told myself the moment I open my eyes, of course, thank you God for this day, for everything you do. And then I talk to me and be like, come on, wake up. I know you're tired, but we can't keep being broke. We can't keep being the same. We gotta hustling. It's one day at a time. Just come on, let's go. Only got one day. Just worry about today. Tomorrow, you worry about tomorrow. Just do what you're supposed to do today, and then we chill. And everything. Every time I working out, every time I wrestle too, I tell myself, I go in the corner. After I pray to God, I tell myself, Onyx, you remember your goal, remember your vision, remember where you want to be. So you decide. You be weak and be scared, or you do what you're supposed to do and go ahead and do it right. And then I just boom and just go for it. With everything, I do that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Did y'all have any questions?
I had one that I thought about. Just with the state and everything that the world is currently in, as a fellow person of color, how do you feel knowing that you actually inspire other little boys and girls of color that they can follow their dreams as well?
I believe like in this life, you will never make everybody happy. You will never Never everybody's gonna like you. So it's always gonna be somebody trying to make it impossible. Always. I'm telling you, I've been to so many construction jobs that people always like, you think you're a pretty boy, look at you, or I don't understand your accent. What are you saying? And I'm just like, I keep focusing on myself, focusing in the vision, focusing in my dream, and just keep walking. Just hey, God put in our brains every single person idea of what you're supposed to go or to be, and it's just follow that vision and then tell God too. If you're the one coming with that vision that, oh, I want to be like that person, I have this dream, just go for it. Everybody always gonna be there to honestly to make you better or to give you a hard time. So you decide. You take it as a hard time, or you be like, this person's trying to teach me something, probably work on my character, probably work on my patience, probably work on another thing I tell guys, like you gotta decide if you're a king or you're a peasant. A peasant, somebody pisses you off, you go out of your emotions. What did you say? Oh, this and that happened. No, be a king, control yourself, breathe. If it's not worthy, walk away. You don't have to prove a point to ignorant people. You don't, because they're ignorant. They don't know. Just believe in yourself. Keep the vision with you. Just believe in yourself. That's all it matters.
Definitely. Well, I wanted to say, like, hearing you speak about your faith, is that something like, how you were raised, or is that something that you kind of picked up kind of as you got older, or is it, something that got stronger as you got older? How did that just, I guess, just your strong faith, where did that come from for you?
Well, so I don't know if you remember, I say the beginning of the interview, I always felt in my heart like I want to do something great since I was a kid. Then I grew up with my mom only, and we went through a lot of struggles. My brother was a drug addict, and it was a whole nightmare in the house all the time. And I always, since I was a kid, we go to church and all that, but I always talk to God like I want my life to be better. I want more of this. Yes, it was really hard childhood, and but thank God, my mom always fight for us and take us to church and teach us the right way, the right path. And thanks to her, I always have that connection with God. Like I say, since I was a child, like I know something is better is coming. I know everything should pass. I know happiness is around the corner. I just got to keep pushing. I just got to keep smiling. And I know God, He's on my side, even though those moments when you feel alone, those moments when you feel like this life is all about pain, this life is all about suffering. And then God reminds you, you have to go through this in order to pass. Tell you, I got so many stories since I was a kid until now, challenging in my life when people doubt me. People say, you're too skinny to do for American football. You should go do ballet. People too in the school, I remember they used to bully me a lot too because I was really scrawny too, really bushy eyebrows. So I've been through a lot of things. And it was always God the one made me go through. Like, it should pass. Nothing is forever. And I'm thankful with God, like He was always there for me because if it wasn't for Him, if it wasn't for this, all this, how He made me, you know, who knows?
Definitely.
Yeah. Have you had like moments where like your faith and like the wrestling business have like had moments of conflict? And like if so, like how did you navigate through that?
Let me tell you what happened to me 2 months ago about exactly about this, about that. So, in life, sometimes you start comparing yourself with different people, with that person, and this, how about that person been doing this for 10 years? How about that person been doing this for 7 years? Honestly, you're not that person. Things are always gonna be bad. Things are always gonna be hard. Any year of this life. Back in the day, it used to be the World War I, World War II, this and that, this and this. It's always something. And even everybody, somebody gonna lose their job. Even on wrestling, some people been doing it for 10 years, for 7 years. It's always gonna be a struggle, but you always have to be like I tell myself, you're not them. And even if things are going bad, this should pass. Remember the vision, remember the plan. Pass through this suffering, pass through this. Just breathe, stay strong, keep your head up. Things are gonna get better. In wrestling too, when I started doing wrestling, people were making fun of me. When I tell them I'm gonna be in WWE, I promise you I will. They were like, "Look at this guy," and I was like, "Watch, exactly what happened." You know, I'm gonna tell you this thing. I mentioned it before. Exactly when I talked to Paul Heyman, I was doubting myself too because, like I told you, I have friends that been doing wrestling for 10 years, 7 years, and they're like, "Oh, I never got signed. Been doing it for 10 years. Oh, I've been five." And I like, damn, I need money, man. I need to go to the top. I need to be in the top. And these people in 10 years, I don't want to be like that. I don't want that to happen to me. But that's why when I talked to Bohemian and he told me, like I can't go into details what he say, but I can say is he made me remind myself like you're the one. You're the one with the vision. You're the one. They look like you. They don't look like you. They don't work out like you. You're the one. So don't compare yourself to no one and just hustle to the top and do what you're supposed to and see you soon. That was a no. See you soon. So yeah, that's what I say. Is it's always gonna be hard. Anything anyway. Anything you start to is always gonna be hard. Always gonna be people criticizing you. Sometimes even your family. Are you sure you're gonna do that? Why you don't go and get a job more secure with 401k? Why you just don't go? Always gonna be telling you somebody always be. So
Mm-hmm.
just gotta keep tunnel vision. You might fail 20 times, 100 times, but it's only take one to be like, this is the time, this is the one. That's it. Make a book about it.
You are the inspiration. I just think you should. You are, you are very motivated.
Thank you, thank you.
Definitely is. You're going
Hey,
into the workplace. Like,
I tell God every day, like, oh, help me go through this. I know the vision, I got the vision. Help me go through this. I got it. All I want is to motivate people, change people's life. And I even tell him, I wanna help people with cancer too, give them that chance. If I had the money, be like, let me do what I can so you can live again. Because back in the day, I used to be in love when I was a kid. I used to be in love with heroes movies back in the day with the sword, like Spartan, this and that. You're like, oh my God. And that's exactly how I want my life to be. Like, I save somebody's life, even if it is helping them with money, even if it is giving them a good advice, or even if it is giving their hand exactly when they need it. That's the real purpose of life anyway. It's not fame, it's not money, it's you were used for something. You were worthy for something. You changed somebody's life, you saved somebody.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Mimi.
oh no, I was getting ready to say, like, just speaking of heroes, like, is there anybody you consider a hero, whether in wrestling or just in your personal life? Do you have anybody who you look up to and admire?
Mm, I mean, the stories I love from people I admire and motivate me. I even told Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is one. He hustled into wrestling, even though everybody was like, "What are you doing? You don't work here." He's like, "No, I do work here." And look at him now. Roman Reigns too. Roman Reigns was getting paid $500 a week in wrestling, and he was like, "It's fine. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna make to the top." The Rock too was only $7, and he was like, "I can get a real job, or I can hustle for my dream." Even his father, he told him, no, don't do it. You're gonna be broke too. Like, what are you doing? And he said, no, dad, I make my own way. And look at him now.
Mm.
But yeah, those are the people. Honestly, even when my mind was in American football, I still watched the Rock story, like how he pushed himself, how he keep moving, how he just didn't let nobody tell him no. Even Roman Reigns. You know how many years people were booing him, telling him you suck. That's tough. It's tough because if you don't have a strong mind, you'll be like, forget about wrestling. I'm gonna get my own business or something. So, and Paul Heyman too. But a lot of people tell him no, and he's like, no, I'm here. And look at him now.
Mm.
Yeah.
He only take courage. So
Yeah. I know a lot goes into having that strong mindset for sure. It's one thing to be strong physically, but you gotta be strong mentally too, because that is part of being strong physically also. It's a lot.
yeah, I believe a lot in talking to yourself, look yourself in the mirror, or just talk to yourself, and or even though too, record yourself something. You want a video telling yourself like, hey, Onyx, you got this. I know it's hard. Keep moving, keep pushing, and just watch it every day. That's what I say. People, "Oh, look, I read this a long time ago. Paper, read it every morning. It's on my car." And what I read was, I'm the best wrestler, manifesting. I'm the best wrestler in the world. I'm the best wrestler in main event, most wanted in WWE. Everybody loves me. Everybody admire me. My kids, my family are loved by me. making millions of dollars. I'm better than Rock, better than Roman Reigns, better than Michael Jordan. Best of all time. And every morning I read it and remind myself, like, just keep pushing, everything is possible. That's what I tell everybody to do. Just talk to yourself. You're the only one can push yourself. 'Cause you're the only one know what it goes through. You're only one can feel what you're feeling in your chest. It's not your friend, it's not your mom, it's not your dad, it's not your psychologist, it's you. You gotta tell yourself, hey, you gotta let go. You gotta get pushing. You tired. You chill after you do this. Come on, let's do it. Rest later. So yeah, yourself.
Yes,
And
amazing.
write it down, everything, and read it every morning. Like, simple, big things, don't matter. Even if it is, I gotta clean my house in a week. Go ahead and write it down too. You can see it. Clean the house.
What they say in church, write it down, make a plan. Amen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Amen. Yes.
So write a
Hey, I believe the shit codes of life is on the Bible. We just gotta just listen to God and just keep it straight. Anything we want in life, always a word in the Bible for you.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. So I kind of want to switch gears for a bit. What is I know we kind of talked about like what keeps you going. What is one thing you would pass on to the next person, like who is aspiring to do what you're doing, to kind of go down the path that you're going down? I mean, I know everybody's path is different, but what would be that piece of advice you would give to that person?
On
Aside from,
wrestling or in life.
how about both?
All right.
Yeah.
So I just feel you got to be honest with yourself in
Okay.
wrestling and in life. Let me tell the first one in life. In life, you got to talk to yourself. What is the talents I have? What I can use? Like I really have, what I can polish. Look at yourself and make a plan. Make a plan, write it down, make idea. I need to, in order to be this vision, this person or this talent, in order to make it perfect, what I need to do to reach the top. Write it down. Start with this, start with this, start with this, and then stick to it. I don't care if you're sad, I don't care if you're tired, I don't care. Like it happened to me, my big brother died. When my big brother died, I was sad. I still went to the gym because I had a vision to accomplish. I still do this, I still do social media, I still hang out with my kids, I still being a father. Because it doesn't matter what stuff happened in your life, you still gotta chase that vision, you still gotta move, you know? And for
Mhm.
wrestling, the same thing. You need to be honest with yourself and talk to yourself. What do I look like? Do I look like a heel? Do I look like a baby face? Um, and if I see myself, what I think some wrestling gear look good on me, what character I like, what is my gimmick, what's my persona, find it, fix it, polish it, and go through it. And make a plan again. Okay, in order to, like me, I came from the bottom. Nobody helped me, nobody pushed me. I don't have any family member in WWE. And look at me now. In a year, I really was working with WWE. People just like, how you did it? I just made a plan, made a vision. Who I gotta talk to? Who is this guy? Where is it? Who is somebody else of WWE? How can I get in? Who I need to talk to? Oh, I need to become friend with this guy. So let me become friend with him. Just move, move, move. Make a plan. Stick to it, and
Mhm.
it will work. It always work.
Okay.
But you gotta be realistic too. You gotta be realistic in how to approach it. Some people just wanna reach the top, and it's like, I'm just gonna do this and we'll see. Like I have some friends, they do that. I'm just gonna keep going and we'll see. And I told them, it's good, keep going, but you need to add sazon on what are you doing, You need to make connections. You need to go maybe take a training of this to add up to your career. You need to add up sometime stuff in order to be the best version of yourself, not just going through. Just keep learning, keep incrementing, progressing, adding anything, honestly. And the best thing I would say for wrestling is you gotta take classes of public speaking and acting. If your goal is reach it to the top in WWE, and be serious about yourself, love yourself, and be serious about your character and believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself and your character, nobody will. You won't send tickets, and nobody will want to see you because a guy is too shy. You gotta be confident.
That makes a lot of sense too. Yeah,
Yes.
especially with promos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah, yeah just to think of that alone.
But it
Yeah,
ain't nothing like shutting the promo and you hear crickets.
Oh,
yeah,
And
yeah.
I had a guy approach me and he was like, "Bro, I admire you. How you came out of nowhere and you like pum pum pum. Like how?" And I was like, "I mean, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta be serious, bro." And he said, "Well, give me advice." So my gimme is gonna be a hippie. What do you think? And I was like, and I told him, I mean, you trying to be a clown or you trying to go to WWE? What do you want? And he was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You gotta be serious, bro. Like, you want to be a hippie and do wrestling, good for you. You're gonna be good and independent. But if you want to be in WWE, you gotta be serious. You gotta be realistic."
yeah. That's true. Very true. Okay. Did you all have any questions before we wrapped up today?
I
I
have
am
one.
curious. Oh, go ahead, Pay.
Go ahead,
Are you
babe.
sure?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought about something. So when you make it and you get to WWE, with you having a family and everything, are you how will you prepare them for the time away you will now be versus how they used to see? Like you coming home, you being there every day to maybe you see them a couple times a month, or maybe if you're lucky, you'll see them for a whole week a month. Like because now you're up there, you faded, but you have house shows, you have pay per views, you have Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. Are have like how would you prepare them for that sudden change of lifestyle?
Well, I told my wife I'm gonna get rich or die trying. You know, I got all the licenses in construction to be like, oh my god, we're making so much money. No, I didn't. And then I was working 100 hours a week, and I already did it. And I told her like, I'm never home. I'm always in construction, getting just enough to pay the bills and survive. And it sucks. You see how it sucks? I can do anything. Or it's my dream being wrestling. I'm probably gonna travel a lot, gonna be this, but the moment that he come home with Benjamin Franklin, we can be like, let's go to Hawaii, let's go to here. And we can have fun. So what do you think? She's like, no, it makes sense. I say, yeah, it makes sense because that's one thing. You gotta make a choice and decide. It always gonna be something when you decide to do something, always gonna be something negative. And it's what it is, you know? We just gotta we just gotta keep moving and keep being positive. And remember what we went through. I told my wife, remember what we went through, I wasn't home at all, working in construction, my other job. And I was every day, pam, pam, pam. I was starting to work at 4 a.m. and coming home at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. every day, 7 days a week. So I was like, it sucks. And the money was just good, just for the bills. So I ain't going back to being broke. Tell her, this moment is just tunnel vision, you know?
Definitely. Mimi, what were you gonna say?
Okay, well, the question I had was more so just like as far as watching wrestling and if you have a favorite heel currently or a favorite face currently. It doesn't have to just be WWE, but just in general, if you have one.
I why you asked me that question.
I had to throw the wild card out there.
Yes, I always get in trouble when people ask me this question because somebody I look like Roman Reigns, and people always like my coaches and everybody like, "Shh, you need to cut that. You need to don't talk about him." And I like, well, no, I mean, he's the best one right now in wrestling, and I love the way he just being a good heel and a baby face. And it's exactly the way I feel. Like my coach asked me, "What is your character?" And I told him, "It's just me, but with no fear, cocky, full of myself, 100%, 110%. And when I want something, I go get it, and nobody can stop me." That's me in wrestling. So, and basically, Roman Reigns is his character is the same. Like, he can do anything, he can be heel, babyface, and still be good. And Triple H and Batista are the ones. Like when I was a kid, I grew up watching them. I was like, wow, I want to look like them. I still don't have the trapezius like Batista, but that was one of my goals when I was a kid. I want to have my trapezius like that. But it didn't happen. But it's fine.
Now, see, as far as Roman, like this crew, we're big Roman fans. Too, so good. You're in the right place. Trust me. We talk about him often on here, so
Yeah.
yeah, you're in
No,
good company for that for sure.
last time I talked to him, it was a little bit weird because I look like him, and I was like, It was a little bit weird. And then no, no, yeah, everybody tell me, bro, you're gonna have to shave and cut your hair. I was like, why? This is just me. Just we
Yeah,
got the same. We just look alike a little bit. That's I'm just different. Everybody have a beard too in wrestling. Why I have to shave my beard?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
weird. Like no.
but anyway, he was telling me to just the same thing I was just talking. Like a lot of people gonna close the door on you. A lot of people tell you no. A lot of people gonna tell you you don't have it. But you just have to keep believing in yourself and keep pushing and manifesting and open keep going until that no people give you means not yet. Till that no becomes a yes. And I was like, no, bro, I appreciate you because I really need those words right now. Because it happened a lot, especially in wrestling. I meet a lot of people. Let's say, people like they are really wrestlers. I don't want to mention names. They tell you, no, bro, probably take you 10 years. And I'm like, bro, 10 years? I probably die tomorrow. What are you talking about? And and it's hard sometimes, but thank God, like I say, God always put the right people on my path. Like I tell you, when I talk, it's gonna sound whatever. But when I talked to Bohemian too, I was like, I even told him like, "Are you sure you talking about me?" Because he told me he saw my stuff, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I believe in myself and everything. But to know somebody knows you already, somebody see you already. Though I don't have any family member in WWE, I don't have any father in Hall of Famer. It's like wow, like I'm proud of myself. All the work I'm putting in, all those early workouts, even when I'm tired, even when I'm sick, even when my brother died, I still was hitting the gym, like it, you know, came to fruition.
Absolutely. Okay. My last question to you is, what is the one message that you want to leave your fans about where you're going and where you're headed without spoiling anything too much?
One message or one motivational message? Which one?
Like one message, like if you want to like a hint, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. So look right here. Look me right here. You see this face right here? This is going to be the face of WWE. I'm telling you. Just watch me. Just watch. Look, made already like an action figure. I don't even have to spoil it because they know. They know when they see me. They can see it. I know they can. Even the haters when they be like, "You think you all that? Oh, you know I'm all that. That's why you hating, but you don't have the hair like this." A guy was asking me, "Hey, you need to cut your hair." I was like, "Yeah, look at it. Yeah, yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you're never gonna be arrested." I said, "Sure. Look at me. You. That's why you're hating because you can reach me. Even if you try, even if you work out like that, you can't look like me." So people know I'm the one. People can see it and feel it. Paul Heyman saw it, and I even told him I'll be with you. So that's a huge spoiler. You see me in WWE, you know, in the ring wrestling, it's gonna be with Paul Heyman. Promise you. Manifest it, you see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
we ain't gonna say nothing about him just cutting a promo on us like that. We just gonna
Right, I was going to say we got a whole promo to nail. That was we got a whole promo.
like you just got a
No.
promo on us, and we just
Yeah, but
Let me ask you something, you guys. So, how you guys start watching wrestling? Who got you into wrestling?
well, first, my name's Ladybug because my grandma called me that. So like, me and her have been watching wrestling for as long as I can remember life. So like, my first, oh god, my first wrestling, I think it was Bret Hart and maybe Shawn Michaels. I don't remember, but like, I started watching by myself when I was 9. That's like my most vivid memories of wrestling. So yeah, yeah.
And you pay and Mimi?
for me, I just actually told this story. I came out watching wrestling. My mom, it was actually me and my mom. My dad was a wrestling fan as well, but my mom she grew up like because her grandma was a wrestling fan, so she always watched wrestling. And my literally first time, I was born on June 29th in 98. And that same day was the day Stone Cold Steve Austin won the championship back from Kane. And my mom literally told me, she's like, "Yeah, I gave birth to
What?
you." and turned on the TV and watched Monday Night Raw. She said that was the first thing she did. She was like, I ate and I watched TV, and that's what I watched. She said that's what I wanted to watch. And we watch wrestling together all the time. But and then like for my first vivid wrestling memory is Lita and Trish, or just Lita in general. Like my mom said, she said, I don't know what clicked in you that day, but she said I was watching it. You so happened to be up there with me. She said, and you seen her get that top rope and flip off, and after that, you was just like, can we watch her? Can we watch the girl that do the flips? But that was just me. I got into it. She stopped watching. She watches it now, but there was that gap where she didn't, and I watched it, and I was like the only one that would watch it. So I used to watch it by myself a lot. But then, like when I got in high school, I actually met friends who watched it, and my love has just basically been since birth.
Yeah, I think with me, I don't remember how old I was. I didn't really have anybody in my family who really watched it. Me and my mom watched sports together. Like I was raised by a single parent, and we watched a lot of sports together. But she wasn't necessarily like a wrestling fan. She would sit and watch it if I wanted to. And I had friends in school who were really into it, so it was kind of like it was something I remember. I remember sitting outside during recess, and it's like we were just talking about what happened on TV the night before, and it was like I think maybe 2 or 3 of us talking about it. And the first person I remember seeing was China. There's probably her and Eddie, but I know China. I remember seeing her and just being like, I like that because she could beat up the boys too. I like that. I was like, that was just the mindset I had seeing her for the first time. And I think one of the first big matches was probably Ray and Eddie. And I've loved them so much since then. Like I got out of it for a long time and then came back in recently. And it's just like all of it just kind of came back to me. And then, get to meet ladies like these two and being able to talk about it and fangirl about it has just been, it's come full circle, coming to the age I am now and being able to feel like I did when I was a kid, watching it all again. So.
It's cool. No, well, when I get there, you guys are going to watch it more. See? When I make it to the top, you guys are going to watch it more.
And when you make it, I'll be on the floor. I do floor seats. So I'll be right there with my side and be like, I knew him before y'all did.
Yeah. And hey, I believe everything happened for a reason. And like I said, I believe in manifesting. I know you guys are gonna be like, I knew him when he started. He said he was gonna do this. He said what he did. He was gonna say, and I'll be like, yeah. Get the video back in October 11, 2025. You see, watch.
Yes.
You'll see.
It will be right there cheerleading the whole time.
Amen.
We're gonna have our side. We're gonna we do it before y'all did.
Yeah.
We gotta put one of those QR codes on there. Be like, scan the QR code for proof.
Go to the
Yeah.
video.
Amen. No, you see, it will happen.
Yeah.
Promise you will.
Yeah, it was
But
a pleasure. Yeah, it was
I
a pleasure to
appreciate
have
you guys believing in me too. Giving me the opportunity to meet each other and talk. No, I really appreciate it.
Yes,
Our pleasure.
Yes, thank you for tell everybody where we can find you online, just for those who aren't following you quite yet.
All right, so I gotta spell it. So my name is Onix, and my last name Onix Caballero. And on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere it's gonna be my name like that, Onix Caballero. And Instagram I have a blue check mark. TikTok is just my name. You just see all the videos.
Perfect. And then Pay, where can we find you? And then Mimi.
Hey, as always, y'all can find me on Instagram for my wrestling content. It is at turnbuckle_bunny. You can also follow my personal pages on TikTok and Instagram, which is pay_day_. And that's just all my silliness wrapped up in one.
Okay, so for me, my personal / like music pop culture page, Music Junkie on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I have Crash Outs and Moonsaults on Instagram, which is strictly wrestling fangirl content. So y'all follow me.
Perfect. And then my page on TikTok and Instagram is Lady But Loves Wrestling, one word. And then our Twitch channel is Wrestling Queen Cypher. And of course, if you're watching here, it is Lady But Loves Wrestling on YouTube. So thank you for everybody tuning in. Again, we are the Wrestling Queen Cypher. On it, you're welcome back anytime.
Come
Thank
back and
you.
see us.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
stay
Thank you.
classy. And to everybody,
Appreciate you.
yes, have a wonderful week. Bye.
Thank you. God bless. Bye bye.
Bye.